Alright, hi guys. I'm going to try to make this coconut curry tofu, and I got the recipe from allrecipes.com. So I have just about a pound of tofu here, firm tofu, extra firm this is, and it doesn't call for the curry to be mixed in ahead of time with the tofu, but I'm going to cut this into pieces and coat it with a bit of curry and let it sit there for a bit before I start to saute and do the rest of the recipe. So I'll be back soon. Alright, so guys, here is my tofu, and I just put about half a teaspoon of curry on that, a dash of salt, and some paprika. And I've been letting that sit. So what else do I need for the recipe? Half a teaspoon of brown sugar. So it was supposed to be 1.5 teaspoons of curry, so that's a teaspoon of curry. Half a cup of fresh basil. I have that from my plant. It says 4 ounces of mushrooms. This might be more. I don't know, but I love mushrooms. It called for a yellow bell pepper, but I only had green pepper and some red pepper. Now this should be a little spicy because it calls for chili paste. I don't have chili paste, but I'm going to put a couple chili flakes in there. I'm adding a couple sprigs of chopped cilantro. It wants 2 things of green onion, and separate that and cut the white part from the green stalk part. A teaspoon of freshly minced ginger. They call for 4 cups of bok choy, but I don't have bok choy. I'm going to use spinach. And 4 Roma tomatoes diced, as well as quarter cup of soy sauce. I'm using the Bragg's liquid soy sauce. And I think I might be... and coconut milk, of course. A can of coconut milk. Okay, so I have my stove heating up. And it says over medium heat I should add the coconut milk first. So I'm going to do that. Look at that coconut milk. It looks so creamy and delicious. In a heavy skillet over medium heat, put the coconut milk, 3 tablespoons of the soy sauce, the brown sugar, curry, ginger, and chili paste. Okay, so I have the brown sugar, the curry, I did say 3 tablespoons, okay. So that's this. Because it does say to have it divided, so 1. I'm just going to call that 2 in all reality. Because it's almost, 3 tablespoons is almost basically a quarter cup. Okay, so what else do I need? The coconut milk, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, brown sugar, curry powder, ginger, and chili paste. Where are my chili peppers? Okay, I'm going to put the ginger. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do that. What you see is just like a dash, really, just a couple little dashes. I don't have chili paste, as I said, so I can't use it. Okay guys, so the next thing it says to do is bring this to a boil. So I will do that, and once that starts, I'll be back with you guys in a moment. Okay, so it's now boiling. So it's time for me to add the tofu. Also time to add the tomatoes. And, okay, this is the, sorry guys, the first time I'm doing this. So stir in the tomatoes, tofu, the pepper, mushroom. Okay. I'm gonna put the pepper. And green onions. The finely chopped portion. You know what? I'm gonna add my cilantro now too. I'm supposed to put the mushrooms. I'm gonna just stir that up a little bit and then I'm gonna add the mushrooms. Okay, so once you have this in, looks good already. This looks nice and creamy and So you cook this for 5 minutes. Then we're adding more stuff to it. Obviously the spinach will just not take as long to cook. But if you're using bok choy, it's also something you add at the second step. And along with the basil. And alright guys, I guess I'll put the mushrooms. It does say to put the mushrooms. Let's follow the recipe. Okay, so there you go. So in 5 minutes, I will come back at you. Okay, I am back. And you were supposed to cover the pot and cook. So that's what I did. And at this point, oops. Oh gosh. Okay. At this point, I'm going to put this here. Put in your basil and your rest of my onion. And I'm putting my spinach, or the bok choy if you decide to try bok choy. Boy, that basil is so flavorful. It's really awesome that I have my plant that I'm growing it. However, it's all starting, that was probably the last bit of the good leaves, so it's starting to dry up. But that's okay, I've got dried basil that came straight from my plant. And then you also add the last bit of the soy sauce. And you cook for another 5 minutes. So I'm going to cover this and let the spinach be able to wilt, and I'll mix it around. And guys, I will be back in 5 minutes to tell you how this is. Alright guys, this is the final version. I've got some couscous in my pot here, and it's got a lot of liquid. I don't know if the can I used is not the same measurement as the can in the recipe. Well, I don't know, it says a 14-ounce can. In any case, you have a lot of broth, and maybe depending when you reheat this the next day, it might evaporate a bit more, or perhaps it might be something you could use like as a base for a soup. I'm going to taste the broth. It's really, really nice. You've got, oh nice, the curry, the ginger flavor, that's delicious. Well, let's try to get a little spoonful here. Okay. There you go, I'm going to try that. That was a bit silly. That was hot. But it's very flavorful. This tastes really delicious. Alright, so there you go guys. Coconut curry tofu. Awesome recipe. Give this a try. Maybe just hold back a little bit on the amount of coconut milk, but it's up to you. Alright, thanks for watching.